There are many service providers out there, but we're sure you want a good one with professional touch. We have it.
In the past, you could create just hundreds of pages for any specific keyword that you wanted to rank for. But now we need to tweak that strategy a little bit more to be rank brain friendly. And how that works is that we need to focus a little bit less on long tail keywords, so the like 4 to 5 to 6 word keyword strings, and instead focus a little bit more on the medium tail keywords that make up the middle range of search volume. So on the right with this example about paleo diets, the head keyword is the paleo diet, or just paleo in general. You're not going to have a good time competing on those because you're not Amazon and you're not Wikipedia. In the past, you could just create 100 different articles about how can you eat rice, can you eat potatoes, can you eat anything on a paleo diet. But now the focus you need to spend most of your content around, writing your content around, is at the middle area there, where you need to write content around what are the recipes, what are the foods you can buy, what are meal plans that you can look for if you want to be on a paleo diet. So this quote from Leslie at HubSpot kind of sums up the whole topic nicely. She says that the key is to start thinking in terms of the topics that you want your website to own on the internet, and not just the individual keywords that you want to rank for to get traffic to your website. So in terms of topics, it comes down to what's called topical authority. And topical authority is the authority that you as a website would have, you want to earn over a particular niche of a broad idea set. And you want Google and other search engines to perceive the content on your website as the authority to that particular topic on the internet. So that when a user searches, they find your website, you're answering their first question, their second question, third and fourth one. You are the authority. They don't need to go back to the search results to find one of your competitors to answer their next questions. And that is essentially why we care about topical authority. It allows you to rank for a broader range of keywords. It allows you to keep users on your websites for longer. They spend a long time reading the page that you first bring them in on, and then they click around your other pages or your product pages and eventually either fill out a form or buy a product. So in terms of how you actually need to go about building topical authority is with something known as topic clusters. Topic clusters are represented in the image on the right-hand side, where at the middle, the core topic is a pillar page, and that the pillar page acts as the main hub of the content topic. And then all around, so the pillar page, you want it to be very comprehensive for whatever topic you want that pillar page to be. Generally, that means way more, closer to 1,000 or 2,000 or more words. If you think of topical hub pages, Wikipedia is a great example. You could spend 45 minutes to an hour reading everything on one Wikipedia page, and that just happens to be like the topical authority. But you can do it better than Wikipedia. And then around that main topical page, you want to build pages that are focusing more on the long tails, that are a part of that same topic. They're subtopics that link back up to the main topic page and then amongst each other. And it forms a topical cluster that allows you to build that topical authority in the eyes of search engines. So many of the websites that you've built over the years probably look a little bit like this graphic, where you had maybe a blog that you took the time and you figured out that the categories you wanted to write about might have been marketing, agency, and sales. But when you actually went about creating content, you just kind of scattershot. Like you found some keyword research, and then you said, all right, this one has 300 search volume. I want to write a post about that topic. And you did that 100 times. With topic clusters, you want your website to look a little bit more like this, where in this case, for this website, there are 5 specific topics that apply to this business. And around those 5 topic pillar pages are a bunch of different subtopic pages that are closely related. And the lines in between them represent the hyperlinks that you want to link down to those pages and then back up to the main page. And as far as using those links, as far as exact match anchors, it's important to think about the kind of links that you're actually the way you're using anchor text to build those links in order to signal this subtopic page, the link on the subtopic page goes back up to the topic page. So that's the topical relevancy flow. All right. So what is our actual, from the future, what does our keyword process, research process look like today? So it's pretty straightforward. You first got to start with your niche. It's really helpful if you already have a product or service. If you don't have one, take the time to actually figure out what your niche is going to be. Try to be specific enough so that you can actually be competitive in your niche. Then start thinking about what your seed keywords are. These are going to be your topics. And the key here is to start thinking in those phrases, not just the single words. What are the 2 to 3 word medium tail keywords that can make up your topics? And then you actually want to go and start generating keyword ideas using tools. We love using Rush, but there's plenty of free tools out there where you can actually start just building a massive list of keywords and start organizing them into those topics and subtopics. You can also look at competitors. There's a good chance that your competitors are doing something that you didn't consider as relevant, and you can definitely just lean on them. Definitely don't be afraid of stealing their ideas and just doing it better than them. Definitely the best way to go. Once you have your whole keyword list together and you've organized it into topics and subtopics, you want to take the time to actually prioritize and create timelines for ranking. There's going to be some topics that you want to rank for that are just going to be way too competitive at the beginning. So pick the ones that have enough search volume and that you can speak or write content or get someone to write content for you that covers that topic in enough depth to build that authority. When it comes time to actually write the content on your website, you can be very strategic about the types of content you're writing in terms of the type of terminology you're using on your page, using the kind of keywords that Google's looking for in order to build that overall topical authority. All right, so trying it out with a new website. For this presentation, we decided to build a drone website because we think drones are pretty sweet. We also realize that it's a relatively new market, which means there's still a ton of opportunity for growth. You can see on the right-hand side, drones is the top level keyword as the main keyword. Gets something around 1.8 million searches per month, and there's a lot of opportunity to write content around drones. As far as the angle, why we would want to do this, other than just we want to play with drones, is that we can target people who are interested in drones, get that traffic, and then monetize it by using an Amazon affiliate program. All right, so this is my favorite tool for actually generating seed keywords. Matt was supposed to eventually click through. Within this keyword magic tool in SEMrush, you can start, it's the second one there. So you can start, can you go to the first tab actually? This guy, drones. Oh yeah. So you can come in and type your seed keyword. In this case, I chose drones. You can, right there where his mouse is, you can click all or phrase match. So if you just type in drones, just leave all for a second. There's something like 128,000 keywords that came back that have something to do with the word drones, either specifically about the word drone or drones, or it has something to do with it. That makes up, SEMrush says 4.1 million search volume. But the great part about this tool, outside of being able to filter down to more specific, you can exclude keywords, you can include specific ones, is down on the left-hand side, SEMrush automatically starts kind of breaking things down into the different topics based on the different keyword modifiers that people are using. So camera, fly, click into race. So this is potentially a good topic because people are looking for specifically racing drones. And then you can just continue diving around, slicing, dicing this all you want. There's export options that you can take all this data, exactly how it's presented in here, and export it to an Excel sheet. If you scroll back up, I already started and identified what the topics are going to be for this particular website. I'm going to talk about best drones, like what are the best drones, and then what are all the different types of best drones for different use cases that people are looking for. Just go back up to the top. So drone racing, people are really excited about drone racing leagues. Drone laws, there's plenty of regulations around when you can actually fly a drone. DIY drones, kind of a smaller subset, but people are looking how they can actually build their own. How to fly a drone is a pretty huge category around just like how do you do it, what are the strategies, what are the tips and tricks. And then, yeah, so if you can go back to, cool. So these are the topic groups that I've identified. And you can see the general search volume that's present for these different topics. For this presentation, I decided to dive into best drones specifically. And the first step after I decided these topics was to use a different tool in SEMrush called the Topic Research Tool. And if you open up the second tab up top, I just typed in best drones. And what SEMrush does is it goes and finds all of the relevant content that people have been writing about that apply to best drones. This is a great way to just like jumpstart your topic research process. Can you click into any one of these? So this one probably applies more to the best drone racing category, but you can see the kind of headlines that are ranking for what the subtopic volume looks like, what the difficulty score looks like in terms of how competitive it is, what kind of questions are people asking, and all of this information is useful when it actually comes down to writing content and organizing your keywords. Next slide. Oh, I guess I got it. Cool. This is another tool called Answer the Public. You can just, again, kind of type in your initial keyword. I went with best drones. And what Answer the Public does is it scrapes the autocomplete and related searches from both Google and Bing, and then generates this graph that just displays all of the different keywords that people are using directly from search engines. This is a great free resource that's just available, and I definitely recommend you checking it out because it can just help with the content topic and subtopic identification step. All right, so as far as this particular topic, these are the different subtopics I identified for best drones. There will be a main best drones page that just talks about like what are the best drones probably in 2018, and it would just list out all the different information that you need to consider during the buying process, and then it would link down to these specific pages that target a little bit more of the medium tail towards the long tail. So best camera drones, best drones for beginners or for kids or for professionals. Cool. So after you've got your topics and subtopics laid out, you can start just kind of categorizing or you can start grouping your keywords together and figure out which ones have the most search volume, which ones are going to be the most difficult, how should you actually start writing your content. And then from that, you just want to forecast what kind of traffic you would expect if you created this content and you were competitive, you were able to write enough content so you could become a topical authority figure on the subject. And you also had all the other things, right, like external links to your website sorted out. What could you expect? Cool. And then you would also want to expect, once you get that traffic, how much value would this have based on your average conversion rate for any particular visitor. When it comes to actually creating content, the first thing that we always do is just look at Google. It's really a great source for getting inspiration on what's performing well. Yeah, you can just start asking your questions right now. What kind of content is there? What's ranking? How long is it? What kind of internal linking structure is there? In this example, looks like the first 4 or 5 results are just blog posts or pages. But then you can also see, like, all right, this is a video-activated search result, so maybe it makes sense to consider a YouTube strategy so you can capitalize on video search as well. You can also get really technical with how you want to create your content. And we do it these days using what's called TF-IDF, which stands for term frequency times inverse document frequency. And this just calculates the weights based on the frequency of terms used throughout an entire document set, and it makes more sense in action. So search engines use TF-IDF to kind of score content. There's millions and millions, or billions of pieces of content that they have to sift through. So they use tools like TF-IDF to kind of score content. What our tool does, what most TF-IDF tools do in the context of SEO is you type in a keyword and you scrape the first 10 or so results from Google and you score all of the content that's present on those pages for the kind of terminology that's using. How frequently are terms being used? What kind of, like what they're called bigrams, what two-word combinations do you want to consider? And it just it serves as a guide for how much you want to repeat any particular keyword in the content that you create. This is an example graph. I'm not going to be able to see the text at the bottom, but this is an example graph, a TF-IDF graph for best drones for beginners. The link to the tool that we have on our website is there as well. And it just, the most commonly used term for the documents that were scored is flight time, Mavic Air, DJI Spark, easy flying, headless mode, cheap drones. So you know that if you want to create a page that ranks for best drones for beginners, those are the kind of keywords in addition to the other 30 or so that you want to include on your page. Okay, cool. So it's as easy as that. You just have to go write a bunch of content and then get a bunch of traffic. Topic cluster examples. This title is not correct, but it's from a page that's basically doing this strategy already pretty well. This is from a website called Tom's Guides, and I just searched best drones 2018, and this is one of the top pages that popped up. On this page, at the very top, they have links right over to Amazon, but also links down, if you click the review, to these individual pages. So if you want to read about the best camera drone review or the best drone for beginners, you can dive into those subtopic pages. And then on the rest of the page, you can see content along like the top right, where they talk about how we test drones and a bunch of other different content sections. And you can see this specific page all by itself ranks for 7,500 keywords and earns about 13,000 searches per month, which means in terms of traffic value is about $5,000 per month just from this one particular post. It doesn't include all of the other related subtopics that they have linked to and links that link back up to this page. This is the correct title. This is a post from HubSpot on Instagram marketing. This is a really long, I think like 5,000 word guide on Instagram marketing. It goes really, really far in depth on everything you want to consider in terms of getting started, types of posts, marketing your brand, growing your following. And then about a couple scrolls down, they have this section on the right-hand side, which links down to all of these different subtopic pages that exist. So how to create an Instagram business account, Instagram post types, and all of these are the subtopics that they wrote about, and all of these link back up to this page. And they're able to get roughly 4,000 visits per month, which translates into $13,500 of value. This was a project that we actually worked on recently. This is not our website, this was inspiration, but this is another really long post about IoT security. This is another like 5,000, 10,000 word post that is just really, really in depth. But they also have all this whole navigation of other detailed pages in terms of trends, consumer Internet of Things, platforms and services, all of these different sub-pages that represent subtopics and more long-tail keywords. All together, this page ranks for 1,000 keywords, gets 11,000 searches per month, and is worth $35,000 to this company. And this is another fun example from one of the FTF clients. This is Sandals Resorts. One of the most valuable pages on the site is for all-inclusive resorts. It's, I believe, a 135,000 searches per month keyword that they're ranking second for. But we spent a lot of time on the topic modeling for this particular page in terms of the type of content that needed to be included on it. And then all of the sub-pages, one of the examples here is from the couples resort page that we also spent a lot of time optimizing the content for, and then most importantly, linking back up with that exact match anchor to the all-inclusive resorts page. And this page kills it. It gets roughly 30,000 searches a month and is worth $60,000 to sandals. This is just a snapshot. I didn't do one of these for the drones yet, but this is what our final keyword research document looks like. We get all of our keywords together, we categorize them, we go and scrape the first page of Google for every single keyword, get a ton of page level data by downloading the HTML from every single page, and use that to inform our strategy. If you have the means to do it, I definitely recommend it. All of this is from a tool called termexplorer.com. It's not the prettiest tool in the world yet, but it allows you to get a ton of great data for any SEO project. I want to say thank you to the SEMrush guys for providing pizza. They also generously gave a 2-week free trial for the Guru plan, which I think is like $200 a month. Yeah. $279? All right, they're raising their prices because they're awesome. That's the key. If you guys want to check it out, definitely recommend it. And if you guys have any questions, let me know.
When you say that a website's worth $35,000 a month,
yes.
page is worth,
yes.
What actually does that mean? What does that mean that it's worth $35,000 a month?
So each keyword receives an estimated search volume per month.
Right.
And a lot of keywords have a cost per click associated with it if you wanted to buy that traffic from Google.
Okay.
So the traffic value is a calculation of just what is your estimated traffic based on your ranking position. So if you're in position 1, you might get 30% of clicks on 100 search volume keyword times $1, so that is worth $30 a month to you.
So if you had advertising on that page that was paying you part of the per-click revenue.
If you wanted to buy that traffic, and you're getting that traffic organically
Yeah.
from Google.
Right.
So if Sandals wanted to buy the traffic for the keyword all-inclusive resorts and pay per click, they'd be paying $16,000 every month.
Every single month, just to get that traffic.
The value of the SEO traffic.
So even if they paid $15,000 for that page to be organized the way it is, it was a good investment.
Every single month.
They're saving $60,000 a month in spend to get the traffic. That page, I can tell you right now, without going into details, makes tens of millions of dollars.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
Cool.
Anybody else? Thanks, guys.
So, what are you waiting for? Take action now and enjoy your friends' compliments.